Good morning, everyone. It is day 19 here. We are officially in the home stretch. I believe, if we are correct, this will be the beginning of a new video. So we left you off with installing our countertop. So our countertop is in, our sink is in, our stove is in. Backsplash is next up on the agenda. We showed you some cool inspo that we had. So we're gonna go ahead and transition that to this wall today. If you are not already subscribed to our channel, please remember to like this video and go ahead and subscribe. It really does help us out in terms of engagement and just knowing where you guys are at. We are excited. We're hoping to finish strong. Let's get going. So this is kind of the final mock-up that we have. We just did it on some cardboard. Oh, this one's out of place. Let me just fix that. That we wanted kind of like a natural, geometric, almost terrain looking design with this. So it kind of emulates what we were hoping would be like mountains. And now we're gonna move it over to the van. And if you are wanting to do a similar backsplash using tile and you're worried that you don't have a tile cutter, we did have to cut these just to make it an even edge, straight edge, but we use tile nippers. So we purchased these at Home Depot for maybe 15 bucks. So I know wet tile saws can, you know, either run into you having to rent it from Lowe's or Home Depot, which can be a hassle. If you need an alternative, these did work. Obviously the lines aren't perfect, but we're gonna trim right here, so you'll only end up seeing this upper half. So it'll work perfectly for what we need it for, and that's what we got going on. So again, just some tile nippers.
So the reason we're doing this instead of typical tile adhesive is we want it to be able to absorb any movement, and a lot of the tile adhesive is like a grout type texture where it's much more brittle. So basically we want this to absorb it. This is very, very similar to Sikaflex 221 for my Euro people. Sikaflex is where it's at. But anyway, that's what we're doing now.
Next batch.
Next batch.
Batch cookies. This is what the finished product, well, not finished yet, we obviously still have to grout and all that fun stuff, but this is what it'll be looking like for the next 2 or 3 hours while we let this set, and I think it's lunchtime. We did maneuver it around, so that's pretty cool. We're pretty happy with how it turned out, and obviously it's looking a little messy right now, but that's just because of the Sikaflex. Once we go ahead and grout it, it'll clean up a lot. So,
We'll show them our outlet.
oh, this is our little outlet. Pretty cool, pretty nifty, eh? Yeah.
This is my little corner shelf. I put the same planks back behind here, and then just basically built a face plate for it, and then it wood filled it. So.
All right, let's see what we got going on here. Let's see what Seth would like.
All right, so first off, leave your thoughts on this down below all you want. This van is done, and at this point, when you're watching this, we're probably weeks out from finishing it. So this is my solution to this horrific section of the van of the Ram ProMasters. I would be fascinated to know what other people who've built out Ram ProMasters do with these things. So this is what you have to cover up. It's just this big honking thing, and this one was broken when we got the van. This styrofoam thing was kind of broken off, but normally they stick out a little bit more. I just.
Then you have this like white. This is what it looks like underneath.
It just really sucks to
So
like
originally we
stuff.
made a piece that like covered this whole thing and kind of wrapped down in that fabric, the same fabric that we use for our ceiling. But it just drew your eye to it so much when you were standing there because it was like this big vertical piece coming at you.
That helps create the divide between the ceiling and like this kind of flows down kind of sort of into that.
It's a solution.
Yeah, it's something. No, seriously, I would be very interested to know what other people have done or would do with this section of the van. Drop a comment down below. Maybe we'll incorporate it in our next ProMaster. Who knows?
What the heck is that? A little gremlin in the shop? And what do you do? What do you do, ma'am? You just beg for dinner? This is her begging for dinner. Watch. There it is. Come on.
Okay, so we just grouted it in. We used a semi-flexible grout because this is a van and it is going to be kind of moving around. Basically, to do that, we just applied it with this because someone lost our big applicator. And then Scarlett's using the big boy sponge to wipe her down. So pretty basic. There's lots of videos on how to tile stuff, so I don't want to get too in depth here on, you know, old Lewis the van, but
it's like wood filler, basically.
that's how you do it. That's how you do it, folks. Looking pretty sweet. This on? Go ahead.
Oh, I don't know what to say. Hey guys, day 19, end of day 19. We're gonna make this 20-day build. We're gonna do it. Like, we're basically wrapped up. This stage is always, it seems like, anticlimactic because it seems like you're just like grinding, especially because this was a 20-day build for us. Like, we just feel like we've been non-stop getting it for the past 20 days. And now it's like, it just kind of comes together overnight. Like, you look around and you're like, what is there left to do? And it's very
like,
minimal.
Is that it?
So it's weird, but
very strange.
we have to keep reminding ourselves that this is a crazy place to be at in 19 days. Like, it does not, it feels like months.
It does. It's very
But
strange.
it's been 19 days. It's a thing.
Enough of us rambling. We'll catch you tomorrow for day 20. Welcome back. It's day 20.
We made it.
We made it, which is crazy. Over the last couple days, I don't know, I started to doubt. So first up,
we're gonna clean the shop. Then we're gonna clean the van, car wash outside. And then we're gonna do some shopping, which is my
Scarlett's
favorite
very,
part.
very excited. She's been waiting a long time for the shopping.
Excited to clean.
Little drive around town.
Alright guys, as Seth said, we are going to go for a little drive around town as like a soundproofing test and just like a hopefully nothing is wrong structurally that we have to fix. I'm gonna switch over here to my right arm, which is my more dominant arm. Definitely should have been filming on that. Alright, here we go. So again, this is a diesel ProMaster. If you guys missed that, it's an eco diesel. She's I don't know if it's a he or a she. We have a name for this van. We're not gonna disclose that name just because we don't want it to affect the buyer's market. Let's talk about things this van has that Lewis doesn't. This van has AC. That's nice. This van has Bluetooth. That's also nice.
This van has a stereo.
This van does have a stereo. That's also a perk.
For having your home in the back, this thing is crazy when it comes to driving. Plus it's got cruise control, it's got all kinds of nice little features that'll make it like a really good full-time or trip dweller. I mean, whatever you want to do, man.
Can we talk about how cool the van looks behind me right now? Like, honestly, it looks dope. What, I mean, you guys can't even lie. You can't even lie and tell me it doesn't look dope. Test drive successful.
Test drive was super good, excellent. No crazy sounds, nothing like that. Just what you would expect.
All right, so next up on the agenda, we've got IKEA first. And luckily we do have an IKEA very close to us, so we haven't eaten anything today. Anyways, we're gonna go to IKEA, we're gonna see what we can find there. We're not really like expecting anything from any of these trips. Honestly, if we don't find anything, that's fine. We just want a few decorative accessories. So. Alright, we switched out of our build outfits because we are officially out of the build stage and we are into the interior decoration and the final go at making it really feel like home. This stage I get so jazzed up about, so let's do it.
What we get, baby?
So the funny thing about it is when you think about decorating a van, you think about it in terms of like, oh, it's a home and I need all of these things. But when you actually get in the space with what you've bought, you realize how little you actually need to make it just go that extra mile. It's a small space. So like, you know, maybe I'd say on average we only buy about like 5 to 6 items, and they're like key pieces that when you put them in, just transforms it. So we've got these metal brackets from IKEA, stainless steel. This one will mount like this and it's magnetic, so I'm sure you've seen these, but I know like Eamon and Beck have them and they put their knives on them. So these are pretty popular in vans. And then we also got these, which not magnetic, this one, but it does have some hooks. We bought this glass like globe ball looking thing, and got like a hanging, it is a fake plant, not a real plant. You could put a real plant in here once you get it. Keep in mind we are selling the van, so we don't want to add too much that the buyer might not like. So these are all these things are easily removable if the buyer isn't too into them. And because we put a hook right up here for the install, I know you're saying this is glass, is it gonna break? It's not going anywhere, and even if it was to hit, which that's a bunch of momentum that it would have to get, it is gonna hit vinyl planking floor, so it would be very unlikely that it would break. So to go along with our hexagonal geometric pattern on our backsplash, we ordered hexagonal shelves. And the plan was to originally just build these out of the same pine beams that we have, but these are much more three-dimensional. We found them online. And in addition to that, they have mirrors in them, and they will mount something like that. Although I think we're gonna do the littler one up here. But see what I'm saying, guys? Like, that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things we got. So, and that's literally gonna, like do so much for this space, you'll see. But yeah, I think we're gonna take you through some cinematic shots now of us getting the van, you know, home ready, cozy. I'd like for you all to know that this is my greatest achievement in this build, and it is because it is a pop of color that Seth allowed into the van. And that is all me, folks. We have yellow. He doesn't like color in the van. Like, no color. Colors don't go. Only neutrals. Alright guys, that's gonna go ahead and wrap up this 20 consecutive day build. It seems fitting that we took the bed out because I think both of us could go for a nap.
Yeah. If you guys have been with us like through this far, thanks for sticking with the videos and everything. Consider liking to this video and then subscribing to the channel if you'd like. This certainly will not be the last build we do, so stay tuned for that. And if you'd like to see more of the finished product and kind of down in a concise video, check out our van tour, which I'll link somewhere on the screen right here. And thank you guys so much for watching this build, and
we'll see you next time.
We'll see you next time.